men saying, oh, I do it and it's wrong, but Krishna does it and it's right. Well, there's actually a beautiful story from Puja Swamiji's childhood that I love. True story. His mother, when he was very, very young, had taken vows of brahmacharya, vows of celibacy. And when he was older, not that much older, it was before he had left the home and gone to the jungle, so he was still only maybe, say, 7 or so. They used to sleep on the rooftop in the night, in the summertime. And one night he woke up and he was thirsty and he went downstairs for a glass of water. And his mom was sleeping in the bedroom, but his father, with all of the kids, was sleeping on the roof. But when he went down to get water, his dad was knocking on his mom's door. And Puja Swamiji said, you know, at that time I didn't really understand what was going on. It was only many years in retrospect that I understood what happened that night. Because the dad was knocking on the door, wanting to come inside. And Puja Swamiji's mom was saying, no, I've taken vows, no. And Puja Swamiji's father was saying, but Krishna did it. And Puja Swamiji's mother from inside the room said, first become Krishna. Then come back and we'll talk. And this really points out, I mean, it elucidates the core point, which is that all over, people are saying, oh, well, Krishna did it. And yet the truth is, when you really study it, Krishna was a child. The Raas-Leela, this is not sex. This is divine love. Radha was prepubescent. Krishna was a child. This was not, I mean, in the paintings, in the imagery that we have, yes, we typically have images of more adult forms. But actually, when you study it, they were children. This was not love and lust of the body. This was not sex and sensual pleasure. This was coming together. The lover, the beloved, becoming one. That capital B beloved of God, offering himself. As God in our scriptures tells us, in whatever form the devotee worships me, I appear to the devotee in that form. Well, so in the Raas-Leela we have Bhagavan Krishna cloning himself, appearing in a multitude of bodies. And again, in the artistic imagery, the images all looked the same. But this is just an example of what Krishna himself tells us, which is, I will appear in the form you worship me. And so all of these devotees were given this extraordinary experience of oneness with God. And of course, when we look at scriptures, the core question is, why? What is the message for us? And the message for us is, are you looking for ecstasy? Are you looking for that juicy life? The Raas-Leela was singing, dancing. It wasn't austerity in the way we think of it. It wasn't eyes closed, just sitting like stone in meditation. It was ecstatic dance. Whirling, twirling, swirling all night underneath the full moon. That ecstasy comes to us when we surrender to God. With such love and such devotion that we feel God with us. And we allow God to take us up. If you've ever danced, partner dancing, any kind of ballroom partner dancing, well, there has to be a leader. Someone has to lead, someone has to follow. Traditionally, the man leads, the woman follows. Obviously not always. But a dance works, a partner dance works, only when one is leading. If both partners are trying to lead, it ends up being very clumsy. And the message is, for that beautiful dance in life, let God lead. You want to be swept off your feet in love? No problem. God is waiting. Just let him lead. And that's the ecstasy of the Raas-Leela. And of course, then it's an intoxication, but an intoxication that stays with us even afterwards.